With Birds, You're Never Lonely by Antrobus. The poem opens with the speaker in a noisy cafe trying to hear what the barista is saying to him. He catches the eye of a man who is sitting in a corner reading about trees, which prompt the speaker to flash back to the previous week when he sat on a stump within a forest of New Zealand. There he is surrounded by kauri trees and tui birds, the latter which are very loud. The speaker turns off his hearing aid and experiences total silence, from which he appears to gain a moment of insight. When he turns his hearing aid back on, the noise appears deafening as he can hear the birds again. The speaker feels jealous of the strong kauri trees and wonders what the trees would say about humankind, what books they would write if they had to cut humans down. Later, he listens to a young Maori woman who seems to be communicating with the birds in the trees. The speaker feels sorry for any grey tree in London that has no birds, no family, and no spirits of the gods. The key idea of this poem is the importance of living within a nurturing environment, one that will enable mental well-being and growth. In the opening section, Antrobus uses harsh language such as slam and repetitive sibilants to describe the noise of the cafe. The speaker is unable to hear over the din of the coffee machine, and this could be symbolic of the hustle and bustle of modern life getting in the way of just being able to listen properly. Juxtaposed with the discord is the contrasting image of a deeply spiritual forest in New Zealand. Antrobus includes lots of nature symbolism through the sturdy kauri trees and loud tui birds. The Maori are the native people of New Zealand, and they regard kauri trees as sacred and a source of life linked to the earth's well-being, while the tui bird is viewed as a messenger from the gods. They and the forest are very loud, as these two recordings demonstrate, first of all, of the forest. And now of the tui bird. The racket. When the speaker turns off his hearing aid, Antrobus himself is deaf, he is able to contemplate the value of silence. When the speaker re-engages with the hearing world, he sees the kauri trees in a different light, reversing the roles of humans and trees in the way trees are cut down to make paper to create books. His question, what books would they write, suggests that he has become aware of how nature contains knowledge and wisdom outside of human endeavour and understanding. In the final section, Antrobus highlights the value of one's family in nurturing growth. We are told that the Maori woman is in tune with the birds of the forest because she was taught the value of listening to them by her grandfather. Juxtaposed with this idea and the earlier lines of the sturdiness of the kauri trees is the image of the grey London tree, bare of birds. The ending of the poem indicates we should see this tree as symbolic of a family tree within the city. The grey tree is not thriving. The environment seems to prevent it from fulfilling its purpose. Perhaps the poet is telling us that we just need to surround ourselves with the right people and the right environment so we can grow by being nurtured and guided by the example of previous generations who have understood this before us. Just because we can hear, it doesn't necessarily mean that we are listening. As a result, the poem's title, With Birds You're Never Lonely, while seemingly straightforward in that it suggests birds can keep a person company, also conveys an additional deeper meaning linked with the idea of a message being communicated by the kauri and tui. Within Antrobus's poem, nature appears to be telling the speaker that he can achieve spiritual harmony if he allows himself to listen to the messages of the natural world. A number of the other poems in the Worlds and Lives collection also take nature as a source of inspiration. Therefore, With Birds You're Never Lonely can be linked with lines written in early spring, like an heiress, and Shall Earth No More Inspire Thee. Interesting contrasts can also be made with poems that have an urban focus, such as A Wider View and In a London Drawing Room, where the absence of nature is keenly felt.